download in my body. I didn't have to decipher it. I didn't have to translate it. It was understood. And that in itself was such a blessing of comfort and guidance for me that lasted to bless me for the rest of my life. When I was in junior high school, I can remember looking out the window and seeing a young man come walking up to take my stepsister, my eldest stepsister, out for a school event. They were mutually great friends. They did not have a romantic link to one another. They were just great friends. Her boyfriend was out of town for the summer in Hawaii, and it happened to be his best friend. So they decided that they were just going to do a few things in the summertime to kind of help the time pass faster till school started again. And as he came walking up this walk, I was really curious this summer of my 8th grade year, and I was very curious about who this person was. And as I thought, I wonder who this person is, my master teacher came to me and told me very clearly, in 5 years you will marry this man. You will have 4 children close in age, 2 sons and then 2 daughters. Believe this and do not deny it. Well, I got to tell you, I was shocked. Blow my hair back. Whoa, way too much information. I wasn't sure that I even desired to get married. I had never seen a happy marriage, and this was pretty, well, sobering to me. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about dating guys at that point. I was just in junior high school, actually just barely graduated from junior high school and starting high school. But what I did remember is that my master teacher always brought me goodness. And I trusted in him with all my heart. And I didn't lean on my own understanding. I didn't lean on the ways of the world. I leaned on what he taught me, and I held it close to my heart, and I pondered it and allowed myself to experiment with it. And so I went ahead and just allowed things to unfold as they were to unfold. And amazingly, I mean, this guy was so different from me, so different from me in so many ways. I was like, wow. He raced the city streets of Tucson. He had an anger issue. He beat people up. There was just like, he was very brilliant. He was a very smart man. He was well liked by his community. He was a hard worker. He was a great student. He had so many things about him, but there were a few things that I was like, wow, I don't know if I can handle that, because to me, it didn't feel like he was that spiritually aware and in tune with the things that I was aware of. But heck, between you and me, how many 3-year-olds have those kind of experiences and straight out life like that? I mean, I think there are actually a lot of us, but not a lot of us are aware of that. And this man also had his great spiritual strengths as well, and I had not as yet discovered him. And he ended up being that perfect person for me. Had I on my own searched for somebody, I would have really screwed it up, because historically speaking, those who have been molested often marry people just like their molester to try to get it right the second time. You don't have to walk down the same road and fall down the same hole. You can learn it the first time and choose to walk down a different road that is well paved without all those potholes in it to have such misery and a bumpy ride. So that's part of why it's so important to lean on those that created you, the information that they will share with you with all your heart, and not your personal understanding. So in 5 years, we were married. That was amazing to me. And we did have 4 children, close in age, exactly precisely as I was promised. 2 sons and then 2 daughters. I strongly disliked being married for about the first 20 years. That might be like, and they lived happily ever after. No, I didn't like being married, but that's what I expected. I hadn't seen a happy example of marriages ever. And that's what I expected, and that's precisely what I created. And I was not aware, and the reason for it is because it wasn't that he wasn't a great guy and that I was a wonderful person. We had to learn and grow. We were these rough diamonds, and we were so different from one another that this rubbing against each other actually polished us up and helped us to have greater strengths with one another. But the other thing is that basically, I just didn't know that I had MTHFR. I didn't realize that it would create such a host of maladies to set up in my body for me to learn from, and for me to be able to master, and for me to be able to release. And so I had this body that felt like I had the flu every single day of my life. And every step I put in front of in front of the last step was just a huge effort. So that's why it was so hard. My body was profoundly toxic in all areas of my body. And I had a lot of things that went south on me physically that caused me to feel like every day was drudgery. It was hard work. However, I have to share with you that as I was able to learn and grow and master and release all these things from my life got better and better every day in every way. And I also came upon this realization within my being, this knowledge of something that I came forth with in this life that I still remembered prior to coming here. And that was that there was a much greater love that's available for us, a much greater love than I had ever seen before. And that's what I began to ask for. I asked my master teacher to please bring to us that greater love that I just knew was there. I just knew it was there. Even though I had never seen it or read about it, I knew it was there. And one day as I was driving on a long drive, a 4-hour drive in a very private road, he came to me again and he said that love that I had been requested was coming to me soon. It was in one February, and by that summer it came to me. And that love was better than any romantic novel or movie or poem. It just blew me away. I had this desire to love my husband with abandon. And I wasn't able to allow myself to do that. For some reason, I wasn't able to have that happen until I opened up and completely let myself receive it into my life. And when I did, it's like every cell of my being completely loved and accepted this man. I found nothing about him that was not amazing to me. And it's like this love just grew and grew and grew in me to where it was impossible for me to contain it. And it was spilling out. And actually no words can describe how magnificent this love is. But it came spilling out of me and it went into him and bathed his body with this amazing eternal love that creates all things. And it came back out of his body and bathed my body with this feeling of this amazing love. It was just incredible. And then if we were together as a husband and a wife, wow, I mean, we had a great relationship, but this topped everything. It was where every cell in your body manifested this amazing eternal love, this love that creates all things. And I went back to my master teacher, and I was just so profoundly thankful and grateful and full of gratitude. And I said, this is the love that you have created for us to feel for our mates, for our partners, for our spouses, because it's so amazing. It's like you've poured out this banquet for us to feast at, and we have been trying to satisfy ourselves by picking up the crumbs on the floor. This is shockingly, wonderfully amazing to me. And he said to me, this is the love that we have prepared for you to feel for everyone. This is the love that will heal you, that will heal the world. This is the love that creates all things, planets without end. This is the eternal love that we utilize as living gods to be able to use with our godly powers. This is those godly powers that we're able to wield with exactness because we are honorable beings. And when you are connected with us, you also can be able to do any of these godly things as well. Believe this, do not deny it. Wow, I was like, it forever changed my life. It completely changed my life for the better. And my husband and I have continued to grow in that love and that joy and that well-being. We've never been happier. It's amazing how you can be like rapidly going to 70 and still be filled with such verve and such fire in your belly and such love and such excitement for learning. And just to have this ability to do anything you desire to do with your life and see it start to form and rapidly come to you, and share it with other people and see them light up with it too, and see them being blessed by it too, and have it come back and bless you even again just in simply sharing it. I am just astounded at how much they love to play with us, and they would love to play with you too consistently in your life. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, consider subscribing below to receive more easy messages. And if you find it valuable, share it with other people so that they too might be able to have what they've been seeking. And allow yourself to draw more and more of people like you that are seeking this and experimenting with this to come into your life so that you can mutually uplift each other. And where two or more are gathered in learning about this information, there they also will be with you. He will be with you. He cares about you every bit as much as he cares about me. And my life is simply an example of what he truly would like to provide in your life consistently every single day of your life. It's the happiest way to live that I'm aware of. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy your creative opportunities in your life. And join me as often as you feel like you would like to. Allow yourself to write in the comments below of the wonderful things that have happened to you in your past and in your today's and what you would love to create in your future. And also write down some questions that you would like to have us explore with one another. I'd be more than happy to include that in future easy messages for you. Take care and enjoy your life. Bye.